Shame is the emotion that makes you want to hide because you feel like you are at your core defective or there's something wrong with you. This person grows up and they want to keep people away from seeing them and knowing them because at a deep level, this person's subconscious mind believes if you come to know me, you will see that I'm defective and there's something wrong with me, and you'll see all my shamefulness essentially. Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how shame affects your relationships. So this is a really important topic because shame has a tremendously in-depth impact on all of our relationships in life, in our working relationships, on our friendships, but as a general rule, there is a stronger correlation between how detrimental shame is and how intimate a relationship is. Meaning the closer relationships we have in our life, this is where shame is going to show up and affect those relationships the most. And the really unfortunate thing about this is that shame usually comes from painful past imprints or experiences that we didn't ask for. Traumatic imprints that we didn't ask to be brought up in a household, for example, with a lot of neglect. We didn't ask to feel unimportant or unworthy, but these are the things that cause the most shame. So in general, the most likely reasons we experience shame are because we feel neglected in childhood. These are the biggest imprints of shame. And basically what happens in childhood is if a child is not getting its needs met to be emotionally nurtured, which is extremely important for a child to feel valued and seen and heard and important and nurtured and cared for. If this is not on the table in somebody's childhood, a child learns to feel instead like they are defective. A childhood mind cannot go, oh, my parents are emotionally unavailable or my caregivers are not emotionally available at this time. Instead, the child's mind interprets that situation and goes, oh, there must be something wrong with me. So the deepest shame wounds are usually in correlation with the more neglect that there was, the more consistent or the more pervasive. And this basically leaves an imprint on somebody's subconscious mind where they feel like they are defective. Now, shame can also be the result of feeling like you're bad. You're shamed for being a bad little boy or a bad little girl. And this can happen in our adult lives as well, but obviously the deepest imprints tend to sit from childhood experiences. And also if somebody's feeling ignored, unimportant, or unworthy, all of these things are likely to create stored subconscious shame. Now, here's what happens, and here's how this stuff affects our relationships. Shame is the emotion that makes you want to hide because you feel like you are at your core defective or there's something wrong with you. And so what essentially happens to a person's subconscious mind and basically personality because of these imprints is this person grows up and they want to keep people away from seeing them and knowing them because at a deep level, this person's subconscious mind believes if you come to know me, you will see that I'm defective and there's something wrong with me, and you'll see all my shamefulness essentially. And so what happens because of all of this is people with a lot of stored subconscious shame spend almost their entire life keeping people at an arm's length. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be heard. They don't want to be truly known. They don't want any of their vulnerabilities to be shared. They don't want any of the inside of their lives to be understood, to be noticed. And so they will repress their emotions and desires in relationships. They will hide who they are. They will not tell their truth. They'll show up inauthentically in relationships. They'll people please or avoid people altogether. And all of these things, you may be able to get by in your co-working relationships where people aren't trying to see you and know you too deeply in most working places, in your corporate environment, for example. But people do want to see and know you, and it's part of what is an absolute necessity or a necessary ingredient to move beyond the power struggle phase of a relationship. The major lessons to move out of a power struggle phase in your intimate relationships, your closest relationships, your best friend, your romantic partner, your family members that you truly care for and value, the most important things are learning to show yourself, show your vulnerabilities, open up, share, connect, all these different things, and to allow yourself to be seen and understood and known. And if you are constantly hiding from that, you are basically preventing yourself from being able to move past the lesson that is required for you in the rite of passage of your life to be able to move in a healthier directions with healthier, more empowering relationship dynamics at play. And so shame has a huge impact on our romantic relationships the most. And the more stored subconscious shame we have, also the more we're going to self-sabotage our life. Because if we have a lot of shame, we believe ourselves to be shameful at our core. We also believe that we're not worthy or we are bad. And so we won't believe that we are deserving of abundance, deserving of kindness, deserving of compliments, deserving to receive. And that will create major barriers in our lives as well. So there is so much we can talk about in terms of how to reprogram shame. I have a very in-depth course called Reprogramming Subconsciously Stored Guilt and Shame. It's in the Personal Development School. You can check it out for free and get started with those tools by clicking on the link in the description box below. And I also have other videos on this channel talking about shame, but basically we really want to reprogram these beliefs we carry about ourselves at a subconscious level. And we want to start equilibrating shame with pride, with encouragement, with doing things in the relationship to ourselves that bring us to a more equilibrated space, seeing how we are worthy, how we are deserving, practicing actively receiving from people, whether it's compliments, kindness, support, help, whatever it might be. And then also making sure that we're doing the reprogramming work on those deep core wounds that nobody's deserving or worthy of carrying with them their entire lives. So hopefully this makes a lot of sense. Again, if you want to go deeper on this topic and get rid of stored feelings of shame so you don't have to be carrying them around forever, you can check out the link in the description box below to be free of all of that shame. Thank you for being here and for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody on our channel. Thank you for being an amazing community. And I will see you guys in the next video.